This episode of Storytellers is brought to you by these fine companies.
I'm Nicky Boninfante, and you're watching Storytellers at Competition Plus TV. Yeah, in memory of my dad, Nitro Nick Boninfante, my dad was a pretty colorful guy in the sport. My dad, back when, to give you a background on him, when he was a lot younger, back in the early 70s, one of his best friends was Jungle Jim, and Jungle Jim was crazy anyway. So, my dad hung out with Jungle Jim, and he had a driver back then that drove for him. The guy's name was Pat the Mouse Walsh. He was definitely a hippie from the 70s. Had long hair, big old handlebar mustache, smoked a lot of pot. And back then, those guys, it was everything they could do to just get up and down the road because, all they did was drive up and down the road and go to match races. So it wasn't unusual for them to run, a Wednesday night, a Friday night, a Saturday night, a Sunday afternoon race, and then come back home and service the car. And I guess I was maybe, 12, 13 at the time or whatever. I don't remember, but my mom would let me go to the races on in the summer, and if I had off on a Monday or whatever from school, maybe Dad would let me take off Friday. So on this one trip, I believe we were driving down 95, probably going to Greer, South Carolina, or something like that. We ran everywhere, 8th mile, and I was up in the sleeper, just taking a nap, and which was pretty much all I did back then. And there wasn't, for whatever reason, we only had one crew guy with us that weekend. It was our buddy Tony Del Sorda, and he's gone now. But we we had to stop to take a leak, and Dad and Mouse got out. And Tony, they all went in. They thought I was asleep. Well, I woke up and went in there, and I took a pee, and next thing I know, I hear Tony in there, and he's going, "What the hell? My ass is sticking to this seat. What's going on?" And I hear people laughing and stuff, and I don't know who did it. It could have been Mouse or my dad. It could have been one of the people in one of the other stalls. So we didn't think anything of it. We all go running back, get in the truck. I go back in to sleep, and Dad and Mouse are driving down the road, and we get to the hotel or whatever for the night, and we go in, and I hop in bed, probably had just left all my clothes on, everything, got in bed. And back then, everybody just kind of slept on the floor, everybody in the same bed. So my dad hops in bed, he gets ready to go to sleep with me. Mouse is in the other bed. Tony goes in the bathroom, and he's going to take another crap. So he's in there, and he's in there forever. We don't know what the hell's going on. So Dad goes over, he knocks on the door. He says, "Tony, you okay in there?" Tony goes, "No, I'm not okay. I got scabs all over my ass. I don't know what happened. My whole ass is, it's a scab, So he's in there, and he's really worried, So Dad says, "Well, come on out here. Just come on out here and let me take a look at your ass, right?" So Tony comes walking out, and he's got his underpants on, and he drops it. Dad says, "Hey, drop your underpants." So he drops his underpants, and all we could see was what looked like, the shape of a toilet seat, a big giant scab. And so my dad reaches up, and he starts pulling the scab, which Tony thought was a scab. It was really bottle glue or something, Elmer's, I don't know, but it was pretty nasty. And I'm watching this, and I'm going, oh man, and Dad's pulling the glue off. Well, Tony's an Italian guy, and he's got the hairiest ass you'd ever see. And So Dad's ripping this hair off, you know, and he's pulling it. Every time he's pulling it, Tony's whining, you know. So they wind up pulling all his glue off his ass, you know. And so the next day we go to the track, and of course, you know, Dad and Mouse, they got to go tell everybody the story about Tony's ass, and so he actually earned the name Glueass, and you know, he was famous for that name.